A wild roller coaster ride. That might be an understatement this week. The chart that you're looking at, it's the amount of points each day that the Dow has swung from high to low. So we topped and tailed it for you. Let's bring in Steve Forbes, Forbes media chairman. And Steve, some would say you needed a gut check, a strap in, and that was a wild ride that you got this week. I'm sure people are coming up to you saying, what do I do with my money and are my investments safe? What do you say?
I say, don't give in to your emotions, especially with your retirement money. Follow the thing through, ride it through. Don't make the mistake of taking money off the table. Everyone says they're a long-term investor until the market goes down and they say, is it too late to take the money out? What do I do next? Just don't open your mail. Don't look at the quotes. Watch you and leave it at that.
I like that. But, Steve, people ask me, will I make money in 6 months? I say that's very hard to time. If I can time the market, I wouldn't be here.
Yes, and so don't try to be a market timer. Nobody's ever done it right. Warren Buffett hasn't done it right, and he's a multi-billionaire. So you go with the fundamentals and ride it through. If you need cash, you should have cash on hand anyway, whether the market's good or bad. And what you see in the market is uncertainty. The economy is doing well, but there's uncertainty about investing next year because of the overhang of the trade war. Who knows what the battle the White House is going to have with the Federal Reserve? That kind of uncertainty hurts investment, and that's why the market is so volatile. They don't know what the rules of the game are going to be.
Yeah, rules of engagement. What happens to China? What happens to the Federal Reserve and interest rates next year? And this government shutdown gridlock that's set to take place in Washington, D.C. So I guess, how are you playing your money?
Just doing more of the same. I'm at an age, sadly, I know I look like I'm 21, where I have to take money out of a 401k because I passed that 70.5 barrier. Why they came up with the age of 70.5, I have no idea. Only Washington could invent that. But other than that, I put whatever I can into a 401k, Roth IRA, whatever. Just keep riding the thing. The thing about it sounds Pollyannish, but in this country, the markets and the country always come back.
Right. And as Warren Buffett says, you make more money if you just put money into an index fund over 10 years than you do trying to pick the ups and downs of a wavering stock market. Steve, let's talk about taxes, since we are looking for 2019 and there are concerns that maybe the juice that we've gotten from President Trump's tax cuts may be running out of steam. What do you think?
No, the overhang on trade, the Federal Reserve is what's holding back the market and perhaps the economy next year. But the thing about the tax cuts, they weren't just a one-shot. You get a one rebate check and that's it. These rates are here for years to come. That 21% corporate tax rate slashed from 35, being able to write off most investments instantly, those are long-lasting. And if we get rid of these uncertainties, by golly, you'll see a real big investment boom. As the president would say, huge.
Yeah, well, it was long delayed, I guess, for that corporate tax cut that made the U.S. so uncompetitive compared to the rest of the world.
Exactly.
What do you think is the biggest tail risk that the markets see for 2019?
I think it's the possibility of a trade war. We still, even with the new NAFTA deal, we still have those steel and aluminum tariffs. Will it clear Congress next year? Are they going to change it? Will that derail it? If we get a deal with China, same thing. Could you get it through Congress, or will it be derailed by Congress, given the mood of Congress right now? What we see now with the government shutdown is a dress rehearsal for big battles on regulation, on trade deals, on the Federal Reserve that's going to be coming to Congress next year.
Right. And just quickly, do you think we'll be higher in 6 months than we are today?
Well, if I knew that, my grandfather liked to.
People are asking me, so I'll ask you. How about that?
My grandfather liked to say, "You make more money selling the advice than following it." So, yeah, it may be higher, but I'm not going to bet anything on it. I'm just going to ride it. I'm too old to think I can time the market.
Yeah, forever 21. Steve, good to see you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Thanks, Susan.